This video is made possible by the EA Creator Network. So what we're going to cover in today's video is we're going to discuss every buff, nerf for every legend, and of course made by weapons, some things that have been removed from the game and so forth. So let's jump right into it. So right off the rip on screen, you can see that the Wingman is back on ground loot. Now, the interesting part is that it does not take the extended sniper mag. You can't put anything on it. So you're probably wondering, what can you put on it? So first off, the boosted loader can go on there, but you'll notice right away that there is no skull piercer on the ground. So the skull piercer has been removed. Now you can add a few attachments onto this. You can put a 2x, you can put a 1x and everything. But outside of that, that's it. It just pretty much comes stock. That's all you get to do with the Wingman. But the Wingman is back. It's pretty strong. I have some gameplay where we clutched out with the Wingman, so you can check that out as well. The next adjustment I want to cover as well is the Longbow. The Longbow, you'll notice that the barrel mod has been removed to kind of help with its loot. It essentially has now the purple barrel attached right off the rip. It's very stable. At least that's what I remember from the notes. So if I'm wrong on that, then I'm wrong. But it looks, yeah, it looks pretty good. Don't see any issue with that. So yeah, the Longbow now is on. It's just a little more balanced, you know. If you're kind of in the middle between, you know, the Sentinel with his burst and finding something with attachments, the Longbow just is a little healthier. Just kind of cleaned up its loot pool a little bit. Now you're probably wondering what's in the care package. So let's go take a look. So what jumped in is the Devotion. The Devotion, let's go and take a look. 22 to the head, 16 to the body. That's with helmets, of course. So pretty strong. The intention from the notes was to bring back the Devotion back to where it felt like it was before. And my gosh, that is nasty. That is pretty crazy. So Devotion is back, ladies and gentlemen. It is back in the care package. Very deadly. The Eve stays in, the Bocek stays in, the Kraber stays in. All of that is staying in. Now, another thing that has been removed from the game, they're probably going to be shocked about, you don't see it here, is the Digi-threat. I'm going to go showcase it over here. You have it for the sniper one right there. But for the 1x one, it's not here anymore. It is gone. They removed it. They said it felt very niche, and the counter play of it was not very. How do you feel about that? I'm just going to pass it to you all. How do you feel about the Digi not being there anymore? Another quality of life change that has occurred as well is the banner animation grab has been removed. They mentioned they felt that now people are really good at banner camping, and that animation pretty much gets you eliminated or trying to run away. It's now gone. So that's very interesting. Now I want to highlight now the legend adjustments. Let's start with Catalyst. I'm going to start with Catalyst because this one is crazy, okay? Now, the interesting thing they did in terms of changing her kit is they kind of balanced the decision of hunkering down versus rotation. So if you want to have the additional spikes, you can choose to have that one on the left, or if you would like to have the longer veil, you can choose the one on the right. And the same thing here, you're probably wondering, what is this one? Pharaoh Door. Rebuild and reinforce missing doors. This is crazy, guys. I have to show this to you. The Resilient Veil here, you'll see the increased ultimate lifetime by 5 seconds. This is why, but the right side of the build is rotation. Increase the duration and the length, and over here it's for hunkering down. Now, I honestly want to say you're going to want to go more for the hunkering down. So we all know that Catalyst, the way she works right off rip, if the door is gone, it goes like that, right? So let's go and break these down. Let's go and choose, you know, the spikes. This one, you kind of understand the distance, makes sense. This is going to be crazy. Ready? 3, 2, 1. What is that? That's crazy. It rebuilds the doors too. That is nutty. That is crazy. No shot. We've never had a legend that can do that. So let's talk about, does it rebuild the door if it's... It does! I didn't even test it. That's crazy. What? Wow. That was probably going to be everyone's next question. Dad, you better show us or else we're going to kill you. And I was like, well, that is crazy. Wow, well, that's pretty nutty. That's gonna bring a whole nother play, especially when hunkering down and stopping. My gosh, like I get like you're gonna have the counterplay from Mad Maggie and like people bunkering these things down, but if you don't have the legend, that's gonna be strong. And I would say this is where Alter really comes into play if you see this happen and you still want to push. I mean, that's what you're gonna be doing. And if you're curious more about Alter, I have a full guide on her in the description down below, so check that out, enjoy that content. So now we're going to discuss, which I think is another crazy one, is Newcastle. So Newcastle, it looks like these haven't changed. All pretty much the same, but what has changed is, ready, check this out. I'm going to go grab a grenade, and you're going to understand this in just a second. Like, Daz, why are you picking up grenades? Let's check this out. Look at that. Look how fast that animation is just by throwing it down. Let's go and refresh. Let's go and showcase it one more time. That animation is so much noticeably faster. Look at that. Instantaneous in terms of reaction, just to throw that down. Now you're probably wondering why I grabbed the grenades. Okay, so I'm gonna showcase this. This is gonna step on Watson's toes a little bit. I don't know how I feel about it. So if you have a Gibraltar ult, look at that. You're like, what is happening? Can't nade them out. You can't put that pressure. That's insane. And I wonder if it goes based off the duration. Let's see. We'll have to test that. I haven't upgraded it, but the duration of the charge, because it's still going. Look at this. Like, what is this? Anybody who plays comp who's watching this, I'm pretty sure you're freaking out. You pretty much have a lifeline paired with a Watson together, and that's a lot to debate right there. You know, if a Gibraltar throws their ultimate, if a Valkyrie tries to throw a tactical, if you have a bang ult go out to counter it, you know, you just over the wall and you're essentially... I know they said it's a trophy system. There it goes. Wow, that took a long time. That took a really, really long time, guys. That's crazy. I don't know how I feel about that. That barrier is absolutely insane. So you know what we're going to do? Let's try to showcase if we throw grenades from the opposite end. Let's go ahead and test this out real quick. So let's say I'm on this end and I'm trying to throw a grenade. Is it going to stop it? Let's see here. Ready? No. Wow, so it's smart. Unlike me. You throw this way. Let's try to bust it a little bit. See if I try to like sneak it in there. Wow, okay. Let's say if I try to really like, you know, wide swing it here. Ah, there it is. Yep, so it's just essentially just a wall around it. But this is a really interesting change, guys, to this legend that I find very fascinating. So next up, let's take a look at Fuse. Fuse had a pretty interesting update as well. You can hit ring consoles. What's up with that? Double dipping here. What's that about? I find that very fascinating. Of course, you still get the short knuckle cluster speed boost. And you take 50% less from explosive, but the ring console master, wow. Fuse gaining information on the end zone is pretty wild for me. Not gonna lie, that one is, yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. That's pretty interesting. Now, another one that's interesting is this was gonna blow away for Ashe, who's pretty much a legend that nobody plays. Okay, so let's showcase this. Ready? Look at that! You can throw a tactical while shooting. That's an interesting change. They actually... I really think that helps a lot in terms of her ability to fight. I really think that makes some nasty improvements to her. Let's say if you're trying to, you know, go in and then you start blasting, you tie them in. That's pretty sick. That is really nice. I really like that. That's a pretty nice change. I don't think it's going to make and break for her, but it's something. You know, I really think they got to focus on the ultimate. If I were to give feedback, the ultimate placement from what I've talked with Cloudy about. So yeah, that's where I would kind of put her at. So next up, we have Crypto. Crypto, I'm a little less familiar with, so you're going to have to, I apologize. But they had mentioned that the neural expansion has increased Neuralink and EMP range of 25%. So they kind of baked that in. The drone has improved handling. I put the drone stuff on the right. Hackathon. So these are new, from my understanding. Double drone recharge rate and gain boosts, speed boost when it explodes, EMP or destroyed. So you just recharge and gain a speed boost. So that's kind of interesting to catch up. It's kind of, I guess, nice. And the drone scan can persist for 1.5. So a little bit more of a boost there. So they kind of baked a few things in with Crypto. And they had mentioned, I have it in my notes, but I don't really, somebody's going to have to correct me on what this means. I don't play a whole lot of Crypto. But in terms of Crypto, I wrote down the note, network expansion upgrade into his base kit, and squad count banners at all times, not just drone and pilot mode. So I wrote down those notes. I'll be honest. I mean, I listened back multiple times. I don't know what the heck that means. Somebody who's a Crypto main, educate me, please, because I'm a big dummy. I'm going to be honest. I'm not really quite sure what that means. So now let's keep on going down our list. Let's go look at Ballistic. Ballistic has a few changes. The Whistler duration is tripled. I think that was there. The weapon swing levels up with each upgrade. So this one's interesting. Let's see if I put something in the sling. Let's go and let's throw this in the swing. Purple. Wow, look at that. Every time you upgrade, so by the time you get to the end zone, it kind of levels up with. You can have a full purple attachment gun. That's really sick. So if I throw, let's just say I threw, I don't know, RE45, drop it in. Wow, that's pretty cool. Let's just drop, okay. Yeah, just kind of experimenting. You kind of experiment, pick everything up. Shotgun bolt level, yeah, everything's just level 3. That's crazy. That's really nice. I kind of like that. What about sniper? What do I get? 2x4? Okay, so let's say we're to grab, I don't know, an AR. Is it just all 1x? Let's throw this down here. Ready? Oh, it's a 2x. What about this one? Hemlock? So it's pretty much the upgrade before you hit gold. Let's see, what is this? Is this a 2x as well? I can't really remove the 2x. So if you hate the 2x, then I guess you're going to be pretty mad about this. That's pretty nice, though. That's an interesting, nice quality of life change, as well as a short speed boost when you successfully hit a whistler. There you go, movement. You got your movement afterwards when you're kind of moving around. Kind of nice to kind of get you to push corners, push angles. I think that's a nice quality of life change. You know, that's not even quality of life. That's just a buff. I'm gonna be honest. It's just a buff. That's sick. And the gain of whistle charge. So, Ballistic, I don't know how I feel about it. Puts them definitely in a better spot. Now, Bloodhound has had a few adjustments as well. Their adjustments, the double tack scan is still there. This one is the change. I think the level 3 gain 50 HP on Nox while ultimate is active. That one didn't change. Nox extend Beast of the Hunt duration. I don't know if these didn't change at all. Now that I'm looking back, I wrote down that Bloodhound did get a change. Bloodhounds, see anything different? Gain 50 HP on Nox while active. Nox extend Beast of the Hunt duration. All right, well, show them on screen. Have them for you guys. Wrote down that there was a change. We'll go to Octane next. Octane, this one's the change. You can choose between updating the double launch pad or take 5 less stim damage. Now, if you miss out on this, you can do it again. You could take 10 less stim damage if you prefer. But now you have to have a choice in terms of the airborne agility or taking less stim damage. You could just, it's kind of boring just going for just stim damage across the board. I feel like most would go for the extra launch pad charge and then go for this one. Kind of creates a little bit more fun at the start, but unfortunately you don't get this, so it's kind of a trade-off. I don't know how I feel about that change. It kind of forces Octanes to just kind of play a certain way. So that's just my feedback on that. Another light change is Conduit. Stack up to 3 batteries per inventory slot. I think they probably realized that everyone kept going for this one. This is a nice little adjustment. It kind of makes sense for her toolkit across the board. So as we recap here, remember everything we talked about. Wingman on the floor, Skull Piercer removed, Emotional Care Package, Longbow balance, Digi-threats have been removed. The banner, grab animation change, Crypto update, Newcastle update, Newcastle Catalyst change, Fuse update, Ballistic, Bloodhound, Octane, Ash, and Conduit. So a lot of changes across the board here, pretty healthy. Nothing else from these other legends seems to be adjusted, and based on notes that I had. So everything else pretty much looks the same. I mean, we look at all the loadouts. If there was any damage, then unfortunately I kept running around testing everything. There's only so much time that we pretty much have. But if you enjoyed this video and you are excited about any of these changes, leave a like. Let me know what changes you don't like, how you feel about some of this stuff that's being nerfed and adjusted. I'm just excited about the Wingman being back on the floor. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye, everybody.